All across the United States, there are detailed witness accounts that tell consistent stories of impossible-to-explain humanoid, dog-like creatures known as skinwalkers that demonstrate abilities that make the creatures far more supernatural than anything else on Earth. Many encounters are described as being terrifying attacks, whereas others detail origins of an almost extraterrestrial nature. Where do these creatures come from? What do they want? Today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be attempting to uncover the truth surrounding the Skinwalker and its peculiar connection to the Skinwalker Ranch. Described as being a more than 7-foot-tall humanoid dog-like creature with the antlers of deer, the face of a wolf, 2 jointed legs, and large claws located on each hand, stories of the Skinwalker found across North America have been cited as originating more than several thousand years ago from legends as old as humanity can remember. Native American tribes, regardless of differing religious beliefs and origins, tell consistent tales of the Skinwalker and its dealings. It is from old Navajo legends that the majority of the information surrounding Skinwalkers is known. According to the Navajo tribe, when a tribal member committed a terrible social taboo or unforgivable crime, all of the tribal members would come together and begin to perform a cursing ritual on the guilty tribal member before banishing the member from the tribe forever. Alone and cursed, it was believed that the banished tribal members would undergo animalistic transformations whenever their insatiable desires began to take control, changing them into a humanoid dog-like monster. Other origin stories surrounding the creature claim that, rather than the Skinwalker being a banished or cursed individual, the creature is that of a solitary witch or sorcerer that mastered the ability to perform black magic and is capable of shape-shifting into different creatures. It performs this act by gathering the hide of an animal and wearing it over itself, allowing the sorcerer to take on a humanoid mutated form of the creature that continues to walk on its hind legs. It is due to these tales of shape-shifting, transformation, curses, and humanoid mutated forms that many cryptozoologists have made the comparison between the Skinwalker and legends of the werewolf from old European tales. Could this mean that the Skinwalker, once thought to only inhabit the Americas, made its way to the rest of the world? In an effort to tie this creature with even more modern-day sightings, stories of the Dogman beast, a creature that is commonly seen as being derivative of the werewolf legends of the recent past, seems to contain direct links to that of the Skinwalker. In areas where Skinwalker reportings are common, Dogman sightings are recorded and known to occur just as frequently. Oddly enough, a continuous number of reports surrounding that of dogmen and werewolf-like creatures seem to come from that of the state of Utah, the state in which the Skinwalker Ranch resides. Additionally, both creatures have the uncanny ability to mimic both human voices alongside animal sounds, with stories that Dogman encounters and Skinwalker encounters led witnesses into hearing their own voice or a friend's voice repeated to them in perfect cadence and pitch. Similar to the stories in which the Navajo told of the witch being able to take the form of other animals, it appears that the Skinwalker sightings have been paired with other strange humanoid animal hybrids all across North America. Sheep Squatch, also referred to as the White Thing, was first sighted across numerous counties in West Virginia, described as possessing white wool-like fur, a set of horns atop its head, a long pointed head similar to that of a dog, and with the ability to run as a quadruped or bipedal creature, almost directly matching descriptions of skinwalkers but with a sheep-like design. Another cryptid creature, known only as the Goat Man, has been sighted across states such as Maryland, Louisiana, and Texas. Interestingly enough, it appears that many of the claims surrounding the Goat Man hold consistent descriptions with witness accounts, with individuals that have personally encountered the strange monstrous creature claiming that the Goat Man cryptid stands at an estimated 7 feet tall and appears to be half man and half goat, often being compared in design to that of the ancient Greek mythological beast known as the Minotaur, however still holding consistent descriptions that match the Skinwalker. If we accept that the stories of strange humanoid creatures across North America are, in fact, encounters with the Skinwalker, what could this tell us about the species and its abilities? According to NIDS investigators, the private scientific research team deployed at the Skinwalker Ranch during its 20-year joint investigation for Bigelow Aerospace and the United States government's Department of Defense, the Skinwalker could very well be an interdimensional being that hops between universes and uses hidden portals found within the mountains, forests, and national parks as entry and exit points into our world. In the documentary The Hunt for the Skinwalker Ranch, NIDS researchers claim that while positioned on a ridge overlooking the Utah Basin, the team began to notice what they described as a hovering ball of white light through night vision goggles pointed towards one of the middle homesteads of the property. As it hovered about 4 feet off the ground, the witnesses claim that the white ball of light began to open up into an estimated 3-foot wide circular portal. On the night vision goggles, however, a device that can detect and measure near-infrared and ultraviolet radiation, the portal appeared to be more like a 3-dimensional tunnel hovering above the ground. The researchers then described that an 8-foot-tall, completely black humanoid creature slowly began to crawl out of the 3-dimensional tunnel, elbowing its way through the portal. The creature then grabbed the edges of the tunnel, pulled itself through, and dropped down 4 feet before running out into the darkness, out of the sight of the researchers watching. Shortly thereafter, the portal began to close in on itself, forming a bright white ball of light before fading in intensity and disappearing entirely. Taking into account this strange sighting and encounter witnessed by the NIDS investigators, could this mean that the Skinwalker creature is in fact an interdimensional species that continues to invade our world via the use of self-creating wormholes? If wormholes could in fact be created by the creatures, Einstein had once theorized that due to the nature of the universe as a fabric of space and time, a wormhole could theoretically do more than just connect 2 points of space in a universe and could also connect 2 points in time. According to the NIDS reports, there appears to be a substantial amount of evidence for strange connections between the distant past and present across the Skinwalker Ranch. One such story is told surrounding a massive wolf that had been spotted on the Skinwalker Ranch property. The first weekend that the Gorman family inhabited the property, they noticed what they believed to have been a large canine roaming their property nearby their cattle pen. According to the father and eldest son, the canine displayed no signs of aggression whatsoever and was merely sniffing the ground and slowly walking along the open field before approaching the nearby cattle pen where the Gorman family was standing. Most likely a little curious as to the creature, a cow approached the large wolf-like canine from behind the fence. Almost in an immediate switch in personality, the wolf reached into the fence with its jaws and clamped onto the face of the cow, trying to pull it through the fence while growling. In an attempt to save their cattle, the eldest son of the Gorman family, Terry Gorman, along with his father, ran up to the wolf-like canine creature and began beating it with large sticks to scare it away, a common tactic used against coyotes, foxes, and wolves trying to get their jaws on livestock prey. As the two men began beating the wolf, however, the creature never flinched and seemed to have been unaffected by the strikes, continuing to clamp down on the muzzle of the cow. Fearing for his cattle, the father of the Gorman family told his son to go into the house and grab a .357 Magnum revolver to shoot the wolf. When the son came back out with the gun, he immediately shot the wolf 4 times from increasingly close range, starting from only a few feet away. On the 4th shot, the wolf released the calf but demonstrated no signs of pain and had no visible wounds or bleeding, and began staring at the 2 men in the pen with a curious look. In fear for their life, the son ran inside and grabbed a hunting rifle for his father, who then shot the wolf from about 20 feet and noticed a slight recoil from the animal despite it giving off no yelps of pain. As the father continued to fire the rifle, the wolf slowly began walking away down the field. The father and son immediately began chasing the wolf to make sure it would be brought down before it could hurt anyone else, and found its tracks crossing the field and towards a small creek. As they continued following the creature's tracks, however, they found that the footprint suddenly disappeared with no sign of it having left the muddy area it walked into. When the NIDS researchers later questioned the 2 men as to the species of the wolf or canine, providing a number of different pictures of local wildlife, the Gorman family pointed at one specific picture, claiming that the creature in the image was exactly what they saw with 100% certainty. The researchers, puzzled by the image, then alerted the family that it was not possible for the wolf they identified to have been the creature they spotted, as the wolf in the picture was a direwolf, a species that had gone extinct across North America more than 10,000 years ago. Could this sighting with a direwolf be evidence that portals even to the distant past are connected with the Skinwalker Ranch? A portal that allowed an extinct species of direwolf to suddenly appear and then disappear 10,000 years after its extinction. Until more information can be gathered, the portal theory surrounding the origins of the strange happenings on the Skinwalker Ranch remains only a theory. But what do you all think of these stories surrounding the Skinwalker and its possible interdimensional origins? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. And once again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.